Welcome back to the DaBoot Tragedies. I usually do this on Tuesdays, but it's been a lot going on because, the Saints are the Saints, and it's going to be 0 days without any type of news that's going to make you mad or, do something to you with the Saints. So, all right, here we are back again. Just breaking news that Michael Thomas is obviously going to miss the start of the season. Well, not obviously, because this may be your first time hearing this. He had surgery in June to repair that ankle injury that happened in week 1, which is why I said he should have gotten that surgery last year. Just got it over with instead of trying to play through it and this and that, because ankle injuries you don't want to mess with. Those things can linger on for years and years and years. It's better to just get the surgery when it happens. It's going to suck. You're going to miss time, but it'll be better in the long haul. Now you're playing catch up. You're having the surgery in June when that, injury happened in September. So he's going to miss first month. So if my math's correct, June, July, August, September. He may be back at the beginning of the season, but maybe not. And it's also the reason why I told some guys that I remember somebody put in the comments that Michael Thomas should have been there with Jameis at some of these workouts, and I was like, he's probably still recovering from his ankle injury. And what do you know? He's obviously still recovering from his ankle injury. But what does that mean for us? People got to step up. Marquez Callaway, Traquan Smith, Deontay Harris. These other guys that may make the team now because MT might be out for a couple weeks. So the McCleskey's and Easop Winstons and Kawan Bakers, those guys are going to have to step up and, probably contribute sooner than expected. I doubt we'll make a move, to pick up a receiver. I think the guys we have are still pretty good and can hold down the fort for a couple weeks and things like that. Does this mean Alvin Kamara plays more wide receiver this year? Obviously, he's not going to be a full-time wide receiver, but I can definitely see him, lined up in the slot much, much more until MT gets back, because I think Murray is obviously more than capable of handling running back duties if Kamara were to do that. Also, does this change the quarterback situation? I don't think it's going to play a part in it, but I know when Jameis played with MT, chemistry wasn't, all of that. Obviously, they haven't played together for a long, long time. So it was maybe a couple months of, routes and things they had under their belt, where Taysom's been here for a couple years and things like that. So he's obviously going to have a better rapport with him. For me, the answer to that is no, probably not. It's probably not going to have any, impact on the quarterback situation. But I do think it's something to watch. Offense may change a little bit without MT. So I don't know what quarterback that would fit most. That's up to, y'all decide and Sean Payton decide. I really have no opinion on that. But yeah, man, this is a tragedy. Like I said before, this is why I named this DaBoot Tragedies. It's always a tragedy with this team. We can never get right. We may be going into week 1 without Marshawn Lattimore, David Onyemata, who's for sure not going to be there, and now Michael Thomas looking like he's for sure not going to be there. That's 3 of the top 10 players on the team, in my opinion. So we're going to be starting the season off with, 3 of the top 10 guys gone. So people are going to have to step up, man. It's nothing new for the Saints. We've always had injuries and things like that. But, these are real key guys, and they're all out at once. So some of these young guys and some of these older guys are going to have to step up early in the season, man. So we'll see what this comes to. Hopefully he comes back sooner, but only if it's 100%. I don't want him to rush. We've invested way too much money, too much time into Michael Thomas for him to try to rush this ankle and it be a lingering thing, after this year and stuff like that. So hopefully he gets that taken care of. Rehab goes perfect. He's back with us, in no time. And that'll be great. Lastly, we got, lastly on the Saints, we got Xavien Howard. It's been tweets. It's been rumors. I've been ignoring it because, it's the time of the year where rumors and tweets are just going off because no one's doing anything. Camp isn't started. But Xavien Howard is upset with the Dolphins right now. And I think he wants out, or he wants a new contract. And the Saints are reportedly, Jeff Duncan tweeted that the Saints will be heavily involved if he hits the trade market, which I can understand. I still don't think we have a cornerback 2 outside of Lattimore. And if Xavien Howard shows up, that's obvious. That's 2 cornerback 1s, especially with Lattimore not under contract, after this year. He's working on a new contract. It'll be nice to bring Xavien in. Basically have 2 number 1 guys. You can't beat that. Even if you can't bring both of them back the next year, and you just bring Lattimore back, to have him for a year will still be pretty damn good. So, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. I'm not gonna buy into it too much, but you got C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He's tweeting about it and things like that, because obviously if you got Gardner-Johnson, Lattimore, Xavien Howard, Marcus Williams, Malcolm Jenkins secondary, that's probably instantly the best secondary in the NFL. And that's not even me being biased. I think biased. That's the best secondary in the NFL. Probably the best secondary the Saints have ever had, if that would have happened. So that would be huge, huge, huge if he came, opening the trade market. I don't know what it would cost, though. Maybe I'm not willing to give up any first-round picks anymore. That's dead. We need those. So the cost will be interesting. He's obviously going to need a contract, so I think that'll, cheapen the cost. Maybe some mid-round picks, maybe player swaps or things like that. I don't know. But if it gets closer and things start to happen, we'll see. We'll see, what that comes to. But I'll take them. Like I said, I'll take them. That'll make a good defense great, in my opinion. And with all the injuries and suspensions coming up, the Saints looking like they're going to need all the help they can get on defense. They'll probably have to carry us through this year anyway, and that'll be a great addition. Quick shout out, Willie Green. I've touched on this before. He's the new Pelicans head coach. Just was hired yesterday, 2 days ago. Was going to wait till Tuesday because I don't think it's like the hugest of news. I mean, NBA's not really nothing's really going on right now is what I'm trying to say. So I was going to get to it when I got to it, but since this emergency, meeting we're calling because the MT news and the Xavien Howard news is kind of heating up, I just, decided to go ahead and do this. But yeah, Willie Green's going to be the next head coach of the Pelicans. I'm wishing him the best, man. I don't know his coaching philosophy. I know he's come from Greg Popovich and Monty Williams, which are obviously two great coaches. Look like Monty Williams is on the Hall of Fame path, so that's good for him. One of the nicest, humans in the NBA. So he's obviously come from a good background. He played in the NBA for, almost a decade and things like that. So he obviously knows basketball. I'm not going to go too in detail on what I think he can do or things like that because it's way too early for that. But, man, just congratulations to him. Obviously, we're wishing him the most success in New Orleans because, obviously, we want the coach to do well. And we don't need Zion with a new coach every year. So hopefully this sticks in because this will be his third coach in 3 years. And if you want to keep your stars around, that's probably not the way to do it. So, yeah, once again, congratulations to him, man. And we'll see how it goes. Last but not least, we got LSU Tigers. And this is about to be probably the shortest LSU segment I've ever had. It's basically not even news about them. It's news about Texas and Oklahoma wanting to join the SEC. My thoughts on it? See, I'm mixed because I love the competition. Obviously, Texas bringing revenue to the SEC. That's their biggest, attribute. Oklahoma's good in football, softball, things like that. But that's going to kill the Big 12, which I'm okay with. I don't really care. But the SEC is going to become immensely harder. Like, do those teams go east? But you can't really do that because obviously they're the furthest west out of SEC teams. So does that mean that LSU or Auburn or something goes west? Who knows? But you can't just add 2 teams to the west and obviously keep it pushing. You're going to have to move 2 teams to the east to keep it even and things like that. It's going to just change it forever where it be, no east, no west. Maybe it's a north and a south or blah, blah, blah. Who knows? But we'll see where that goes. They said Oklahoma and Texas are starting the process today of trying to file and get to the SEC, whatever that process is. I don't know how it goes, but I do know the SEC teams would have to vote. Personally, I think LSU should vote no, just because I feel like Oklahoma's going to get stuck in the West, and then we're going to have an Auburn, Alabama, Oklahoma, LSU. Come on, that's too much going on. Now, if they're going to move us to the West, I might be open to this. But SEC in whole shouldn't want this, honestly, for football reasons. You're bringing in 2 pretty good teams, and now you're just adding losses to people's records and things like that. Now you may finish the season with 4 or 5 teams with 2 losses and end up knocking your whole entire conference out of the playoff bracket. So, hey, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I know at the end of the day it's going to all come down to money because money controls all of this because, money is the root of all evil and all happiness, apparently. But yeah, I don't know, man. That's just my quick thoughts on that. When more develops, I'll kind of give my full opinion on that and my full breakdown. But until then, it is what it is. But yeah, man, thank y'all for tuning in. It was a quick little update on the Louisiana sports scene As always, it's DaBoot Tragedies, and I'm out.